video comes to us from user John the Paranormal Guy. John states that he has been investigating the paranormal for the last 8 years after a near-death experience. John visits various haunted houses and locations, trying to confirm or debunk the sightings that people have experienced. Today, we will be looking into his visit to the old San Antonio cemetery. The cemetery is quite old, established in 1853, and is apparently home to over 3,800 graves. John states that from the moment he entered the cemetery, he felt a strange energy, as though someone was watching him, although he was definitely alone. Or was he? As John is filming the dark graveyard, he captures this chilling footage. A dark figure can be seen to the left of the flashlight. However, as the light hits the entity, it suddenly disappears. Could it possibly be the trapped soul of one of the people buried at the old San Antonio cemetery? John states this is one of the most chilling captures, and I can only imagine what it was like to be there in person. Creepy. Basements in general have something creepy to them. It's mostly dark, and the air down there is subpar to say the least, especially in older houses. User Do Not Go In There started to document some really odd events recently. His son is seeing strange things in the house, which slowly start to take over the whole family, and the channel owner wants to let us in on what exactly took place so far.
If you don't believe in ghosts, you don't believe in the paranormal, that is absolutely fine. You can keep swiping. This is not for you. For those of you with an open mind, I'm going to tell you a story about something that happened to me last night. So I'm playing a game of hide and seek before bed. I'm in the closet. I finish counting. And I check his room, and he's not there. So I go in and check the office.
This is a really odd story, isn't it? He talks with his son next about this incident, who confirms it. So it's hard to tell.
Was it down? Did you see something down in the basement?
Yeah.
What did you see?
Me.
It wasn't you?
No.
Have we ever seen a ghost anywhere else in the house?
Oh, see, that was mommy.
What was it? You hear something?
Yeah.
What?
Let me check. That made that sound.
Mommy didn't?
No.
Then what made that sound?
I don't know.
Well, and as we are confused, the user uploaded a follow-up video, in which he sees something in the basement mirror.
Wait, what the? Do you guys see that face? Oh my...
Whatever he sees in that mirror seems to upset him quite a bit. I'll keep you guys updated on that story. Now let's take a look at some footage from a paranormal investigator by Paranormal Me. Ali is a well-known ghost hunter who resides in Turkey and often visits the most haunted and famous locations around the country. In this particular investigation, Ali has chosen to go entirely alone. He is visiting an abandoned home high up in the mountains. On this particular night, the weather is truly terrible. The rain is pounding down and it seems as though a storm is approaching. Could this be an omen for the night to come? Once Ali enters the home, it really doesn't take long for some strange occurrences to begin.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Strange knocking can be heard from inside one of the rooms. and when Ali goes to investigate, it appears that some unknown force is moving the doors.
İşte silmek zorundayım. Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah Muhammeden Resulullah. Kapattı.
After spending some time in the home, Ali heads outside to brave the weather and investigate the surrounding area. The weather seems to have gotten even worse during this time, and now a thunderstorm is raging through the area. What Ali catches next is extremely shocking.
İllallah Muhammeden Resulullah. Özbü kelimeti la ittamati min şerri ma halak.
In the light of the lightning strike, a dark figure can be seen by the side of the building. The entity does appear to have a human form, however it is entirely dark. When Ali approaches the side of the building, no person can be found. According to a weather expert, apparitions or spirits need some source of energy to manifest their presence into the physical plane in order to communicate with the living. So do you believe that it was the thunderstorm creating enough energy for the spirit to appear in front of Ali? Who knows? This clip was recorded by some friends in Japan who were having fun together in the local woods on a weekend. It was pretty late when the group decided to make their way back to their cars, and it seems that a blind passenger was joining the ride home. No one seems to have noticed the spirit. Was the ghost lady part of the group all along, when nobody realized that she was on board? Video was uploaded by the Fourth Wall, who upload paranormal content from Japan and who I like to feature. Fourth Wall states that this footage was sent to them by a user who would like to remain anonymous. According to them, they had seen a ghostly figure in the same spot multiple times on their way home from work at night, so they decide that they will film the spot and see what they catch. The individual who captured the footage said that in person the ghostly figure was much more clear in real life, with even some distinguishing features of a person. However, once the camera was on the ghost, it seemed only a faint white shadow could be seen. It is as though only the spirit's energy was captured on film. Do you think the white shadow, rather than black, might be an indicator that this is a friendly spirit? Notice the way the shadow seems to move and sway slightly. Weird. The girl in the following video was said to be practicing for her dance lessons, which she recorded regularly. After moving into their new home, they always felt like they were being watched. This was the first time that she actually captured something strange on camera. Some are sure that we can see a translucent shadow figure here. Could that be so? Perhaps the new home is haunted after all. The next clip comes to us from the user Fluvis. The footage was taken in 2015 and was pulled from a security camera in an office building. Unfortunately, not much information regarding the context of the sighting is available. However, we do know that this was filmed at 2 AM and that nobody was in the building at the time of the recording. Let's take a look. In the video we can see what looks to be a storage room with some miscellaneous office furniture and a small garage door. Nothing seems amiss at the beginning, but quickly we notice something strange appears near the center of the room. A weird black figure seems to slither on the floor for a while, and at first glance it might seem like something as innocent as a small animal. Things take a turn for the paranormal when the black shadow starts twisting and contorting itself into strange shapes. It seems to grow and shrink at will. Viewers have warned that this very odd shadow creature could possibly be demonic, especially given the inhumane form. After only a few seconds, the entity disappears into thin air. Could this be a demonic sighting that was caught on film? This video was sent by Maria, and she told me that it was recorded by a couple of friends from Rio Bueno, Chile. They were recording an abandoned old house in the neighborhood. Unfortunately, none of them had a good camera, so we have to accept that the video was recorded by Potato. Once they make it on the second floor, there is a really mysterious thing walking by at the end of the hallway.
Supuestamente aquí penan, pero soy para arriba. Aquí dicen cualquier nombre de los muertos, ¿viste? Que quedan muertos aquí mismo. Hola fantasma, ¿cómo estás fantasma? Ay, ¿qué es arriba? ¡Ahora! Oye, las mías habitaciones.
A tiny creature appears in the doorway. Some say it could be a halfling, others say it's the lower part of a manifestation. What do you think? The following video was sent to me by uploader Xavier6909, and it features a terrifying shadow apparition that he could capture on video one day. Xavier is the owner of a house in which he does not live, but strictly uses it for storage. Once in a while, they also use it for band practice. He says that many creepy things have been happening in there, and that people see and hear things that do lack any kind of explanation. Apparently, those things even happen during band practice. They had to stop several times in the past when hearing weird noises, and members of Xavier's group saw somebody walking behind him, when nobody else but them was there at the time. One day, he started recording to document some water damage that had been taking hold of 2 of the rooms in there. And while he was walking through the rooms, something was coming through the basement door and looking down the hallway at him.
That is the spot in the living room I was telling you about. I've got the leak fixed, but as you can see, the tile is pretty much damaged. I'm going to have to get some new tile, but that's one spot. And then another spot back here, as you can see. That's the worst spot. Now,
You may have missed it right now, but before we take another look, let's take a peek at the basement door just moments after this incident.
Sections of tile there, and then back here we got. Oh, and check this out. Look what I saw on the ground. That is wood and paint from there. That door has been sealed up. I've not opened it since I've been here. It's been sealed. Got caulk and stuff, but I got to get a door. I'm gonna get that fixed. And then, of course, we've got.
Check out the basement door in the back. Nothing is obstructing it, nor is there any items placed, right? So the view should be clear, just like the way we see it here. However, when Xavier pans the camera for the first time, there is a black object coming out of that door. Coincidentally, he thought he might have heard some strange noises at the time, stemming from the kitchen. Something is clearly peeking out of that door, but what is it? Xavier also mentions that this thing seems to be morphing, and I agree. Maybe that's even more proof that he is dealing with a paranormal entity here. He's asking for your help and hopes to find some ideas in the comments. So, if you have some good suggestions, please share. I definitely think there's more going on with this house. Thanks for watching, guys. Now we're following along Dark Ghost Paranormal to one of his latest creepy adventures. Tonight he traveled to an abandoned 2-story building, which was recommended by another of his subscribers. It's empty for quite some time already, but the viewer stated that tons of paranormal activity had been documented in there. Dark was really keen on finding out if any of these claims were true, and as per usual, he was setting up his equipment after arriving. After a few hours in, some strange activity started to happen. A cupboard is slamming forcefully. While Dark is exploring one of the other rooms, camera 2 is capturing the following. A strange shadow is appearing. Is it possibly following Dark into the room here? Camera 1 in the kitchen captures it another time, while Dark is exploring the second story of the house. All of a sudden, his camera is being pushed towards him, and something drains the power of his flashlight. In pitch darkness, Dark tries to find his way back downstairs. The only thing he could think of was using one of his stationary CCTV cameras to see what's going on. After this, Dark decided to leave this place, and he wants to know if you guys would like him to return to his house. If you can, check out the whole investigation on his channel. A man was recording his girlfriend while she was taking a shower. What he captured afterwards startled him to the core. If this isn't a prank, what could that have been? Looks like a female in the shower. Do you think it was just a friend that snuck into the bathroom when we didn't see it? Next is one of the most terrifying cases that had been documented in the past few years. These are the recordings of Veronica Shannon, a single mother that was living in a pretty haunted apartment. She described these incidents as pretty strange and thought at first that somebody was playing a prank on her, which is why she decided to get video cameras in her apartment. She ended up seeing some very strange things in the recorded footage. A skeptic at first, Veronica moved a few months after seeing all these strange things at her place. One night, a friend was just about to walk into her apartment where nobody was in the living room at the time. However, something was captured. People asked her if that could have possibly been the spirit of a former owner, perhaps. Of course, Veronica had no idea. She didn't believe this to be the spirit of a deceased relative, though. This certainly does look like the spirit of an elderly lady, wouldn't you say? Unfortunately, things got a bit more scary shortly after, when the door to the kid's bedroom seemed to lock up on its own.
Jesus, so what happened to you?
Shortly after this recording, Veronica finally found herself a new home for her family. This kid was filming at the house of his parents on the second floor, where nobody else was home, and it appears that something dark got captured on tape. Maybe this place has some troubled past. Or it also could be a relative. What do you think? This was sent by Julia, and she tells me that a security camera in a family home has caught something really inexplicable. They have only moved in recently, but ever since they wake up to some really strange noises in the middle of the night. Even their motion sensor alarm gets toggled on ever so often, without anybody being on the ground floor. The family has mounted several security cameras around the house for safety, and to maybe capture the cause of all of this. One evening, the camera in the living room has caught something really bone-chilling. Apparently the man was alone that night, and nobody else should have been on this recording but him. So, how do we explain this semi-transparent figure walking up the stairs? Is it a ghost from the past? The following video was recorded by user arvin.de from Germany. He himself is very interested in the paranormal and, once in a while, likes to tamper with a Ouija board. Some of you might agree that this is not the smartest idea, and he has some interesting clips of weird things happening during his sessions. However, we are really interested in one of his trips he has taken recently. He ventured to the hometown of Anneliese Michel, whose story about her exorcism is quite famous. They were hoping to find something interesting in the ruins of her old house. Unfortunately, it was torn down already. However, a family shed which was built close by still remains up until this day, and Arvin was checking it out. And he might have captured something that he didn't expect. A face seems to be peeking out from behind one of the roof beams. Armin said that nobody was up there at the time, and he certainly didn't hear anything. Many commenters, though, made him aware of this capture. What do you think? Is this a being from another dimension, or can it easily be explained? The following was taken in an unused hallway of a children's hospital. The uploader states, "This picture was taken by a co-worker's sister. She asked me to put it out there to show people." The full story is that her and one of her colleagues were walking past the unused hallways when they heard a clattering sound. She shot the picture specifically because of the paranormal stories that float around the place. They didn't notice the apparition when they took the photo, or I'm sure they would have checked to see if there was actually a kid. She's an honest person, and I personally believe her story. He just wanted to get that picture out there for people to see. So, short answer, it's possible that it was just a kid acting up, but it's really strange that nobody saw that girl at the time. From what I understand, the corridor is mostly unused, but they store equipment and things in it. I have been assured that patients aren't kept in these rooms, but other than that, I can't say for sure. What do you guys think? Could they capture an actual ghost girl? Another video found in the paranormal ghost section. Becca has posted it and wasn't quite sure what she had seen that night. She states, "Did I capture a black shadow in my house? Didn't see anything weird in any other part of the video. It was taken in the late evening, around 9 PM. I'm pretty sure nobody else was there. It's just me, my aunt and uncle who live here, and they were both out that night. I remember because they went over to my cousin's place, but I didn't want to go because I wanted to stay and play with my new puppy. I didn't check the house at the time because I didn't notice the figure until I was showing a friend the video of my dog today. I took the video about 3 weeks ago. I don't know if it's paranormal, but it freaks me out. We've never had any other weird experiences in this house."
Oh, good boy. Oh, get it. Oh, good puppy. Good boy, go get your toy.
What exactly is going on here in the background, guys? There clearly seems to be a figure walking by. And it appears to be some kind of black cloth. Was it a shadow person, or just somebody of her family? People on Reddit are not sure, and there were many theories about what was captured that night.
Oh, get it. Oh, good puppy. Good boy, go get your toy.
Max has forwarded me the following video. He stated that he has found it on the internet and that the source unfortunately is unknown. Apparently it was captured by a villager who might have caught the infamous dog man one night. He saw that thing walking around outside after he heard really strange noises in front of his house. Look at that thing. Isn't it simply terrifying? Who knows what exactly went down that night? Could it be the dog man? Is it a different creature? Or did somebody just prank him with a mask or something? This was also found in the paranormal section of Reddit. It reads as follows. Someone caught this on a home security camera in my country, which is Costa Rica. People believe it to be a creature which is living in the rural area. There's several legends that speak of this crab-like thing. What do you believe? Is this just a random person pranking the villagers? Or is there something more behind this sighting? The following was found in the paranormal Reddit section, uploaded by Hen Brolo, the user tells us. This stems from my friend's home, and they have a security camera in their living room. No one was home at that time. They always felt that something was in there, even before he moved in. Something that tampered with their furniture, especially at night. Let's take a look at the door. Something is seemingly touching the door on the bottom and slowly closing it. But how is that possible? Especially since nobody was home. Some commenters think that it looks like a super thin arm is closing the door. Could that be so? Does this mean that something otherworldly was responsible for this? I mean, it does not look like a human arm, does it? Now, we want to look at the updated case of El Franco, who thinks that an evil entity is inheriting his old apartment. He decided to place a night camera in his room, because he doesn't feel safe there anymore. A bite mark on his arm is proof for his concerns. And yes, shortly after setting everything up, he became witness to some unusual activity that unfolded during his sleep. Looks like a ton of orbs and an inexplicable object right in front of the lens. Even when not asleep, stuff just starts happening in his room. This night, the door just opened to his room, although he was the only person home and all 3 of his cats were with him. So what could have caused that? At least he was suspicious at that point. But it got better. Something was tampering with the tower of his cats. And the following night, the entity opened the door again. Maybe just to say hi. Very unsettling. Another time he was just playing with one of his cats, and there appears to be something peeking around the corner that some say is terrifying.
Hey!
Some viewers say it is the head of a female. Could it be? But how? And where did it go? Convinced that it is in fact the spirit of a female, he tries a ritual in the bathroom to get rid of her.
Que he traído una vela y un espejo y a poder hablar con ella. Amiga, por favor, te pido que me dejes solo. Te lo pido, por favor. Amiga, por favor, te pido que me dejes solo. Te lo pido, por favor.
What do we make out of that? Did the spirit answer, or is some foul play involved here? Almost a little bit too creepy, to be honest. He catches her staring, now almost on a daily basis. Wouldn't you be terrified at this point? Is it a demon or a shadow figure? Or maybe both? If it isn't a hoax, of course. And sometimes it's just the cats that give him a good spook. Thank God, right? But this must have been one of the most terrifying captures that his night camera could capture. Look at the eye that is definitely looking at him. I mean, it is pretty safe to say that this must be a demon, if it isn't just a friend in a mask. Were you creeped out? Let me know.